Good morning. It is Saturday. So welcome to your weekend. If this is your weekend and then you're not working, if you're working, I'm sorry, you're working, but somebody has to. So welcome. Today I want to look at values, core values, personal values. I want to take a quick look at values. Why? Why do I want to do values? In the middle of lockdown, why am I looking at values? Because everything that I do, I promise you that everything that I do via these lives will benefit you in some way in terms of growth, in terms of support, in terms of resilience, in terms of helping you through this current period. And actually values are really, really important in terms of how we operate. So what are values? Values are, what are they? It's almost like a filtering mechanism, or it's like imagine a set of stones that sit inside that are our core values. We can have many, but let's say we have 5 or 6. Where do they come from? They come from our development, our programming. We can learn about values from other people unconsciously, so usually our caregivers. So we learn values from there. Sometimes we are directly taught values. You must be on time. So you have a core value around timekeeping, or I don't know. There's many examples of how we might get taught core values. We also pick them up unconsciously. So again, usually from our caregivers. I'm saying our caregivers because our caregivers are the closest people to us when we are growing up. Caregivers indicates people that look after us as we grow up. That's what our caregivers are. So sometimes we learn them unconsciously from them as well. And then what happens is we learn them unconsciously from them, and then we maintain them as adults, and then actually as adults they don't sit with us. They don't sit with who we are as people. So actually core values are really, really important to us in terms of finding what they are and then deciding whether we actually want to hold on to them or not, or whether we want to change them. Because quite often they have been, quite often they have been installed, but in a very unconscious manner. Okay, welcome very quickly to all listeners listeners and watchers from Home Radio. Home Radio can be found. It's a digital radio station, and it can be found on homeradio.co.uk, or you can enable your Alexa. So welcome to anybody that is listening over there or is listening on the repeat back. It's not a repeat back. It's very early in the morning, to be sat here talking psychobabble. So that's what core values are. We learn them from our primary carers, the people who look after us. But then it's really important that we as adults kind of tap into them and really look at them and work out, do I want to hold on to these or not? Are these helpful to me right now? Examples of core values are things like loyalty, respect, compassion, resilience, authenticity, which would be one of my top ones, achievements, success, balance, beauty. Beauty, success don't really appear on my list, but they might appear on other people's lists. Or this is a good example. You might have been taught that actually beauty is a really, really important core value that you should have, because I don't know, let's say you had a caregiver that was very into looking glamorous and all spent a lot of time looking perfect. And when we look at that and we look at that one particular one, we go, where did I learn that from, and do I want to hold on to that? Is that still really important to me? And actually it could be that you don't want to hold on to it any longer. So actually core values are really, really important. They can conflict with who we become as people and who we grow into as people. So again, another good reason why it's important that we tap into them and learn what they are. Conflict is the best word I can use. If the core values have been installed and they've been installed unconsciously, and then we start doing things through peer pressure or different things, I don't know. Let's say one of your core values that was installed was that I don't know, you shouldn't drink. Alcohol's a bad thing and it's evil and all of the rest of it. And then you start going out with your mates and you're having a great time, but it's just uncomfortable. Yeah, you get that uncomfortable kind of push and pull between what is a core value and then what you're doing, but actually what you're really enjoying. Or I was going to use another one there, but it's probably not appropriate for the radio. I think you know where I was going with that one. It's not completely inappropriate. It's just not as appropriate. We're going to do more on core values next Wednesday at 7 o'clock on my 1 hour live. I want us to really look at them and really work out what they are, and then really start tearing them apart a little bit if you want to tear them apart, because they are really important. Right now, it's just another little resource that might help us with the current situation. Okay, what else have I written down here? Why are they important? We've done that. Where do they come from? We've done that unconsciously from our caregivers, sometimes consciously, giving you examples. The other thing I wanted to say today is that I have recognized that it's been a really, really tough week for a lot of people. I don't know. I hear more and more people saying that January is dragging on. Oh my God, is it still January? And I'm hearing that more and more. So I hear people struggling. I do get it. I'm there. I'm with you. It's a tough month. January is the coldest, darkest month that we have. There's nothing to look forward to. There's no excitement. There's no Christmas or bonfire night or anything in front of us. So it's one of the hardest months of the year. And particularly to go into a lockdown at the beginning of January is just beyond anybody's kind of sphere of resilience, let's say. So let's just recognize that first. It has been a tough week for a lot of people. On a brighter side, January ends next week. Get in! January ends next week. Next weekend, I think. So it's nearly over. It's nearly over. And the other thing I want you to remember is that the light's starting to come back. I was out walking yesterday at like 20 past, 4:30, and it was still light. I think the light changes by 2 minutes every day, so that's 14 minutes every week, so that's an hour every month. We are on our way back to lighter, brighter nights. So please take notice of things like that. Why do we take notice of things like that? Because they brighten the mind. They literally, when we start tapping into, come on, the weather's coming back. Well, not the weather, but the light's definitely coming back. You can't change the light. We can get snow in March if we want to, or we can get a tropical heat wave in February now, apparently. If you remember a couple of years ago, we got that. But the light is definitely coming back. Your action for today, can you remember I'm using the Action for Happiness calendar? Your action for today is plan something fun and invite others. So when I first read this, I was like, oh no, this is not going to go very well. And then I was like, why? See where my mind went? So I was like, oh no, people are going to be really annoyed at that because they can't plan something. Yes, you can. Plan a Zoom bake-off. Plan a meal with somebody via Zoom. Go for a social distanced walk with somebody. I was scanning my mind there, trying to think if I was encouraging you to do something that was against guidelines. But you absolutely can plan stuff. So actually, as I read this, I was like, no, you can do that. I don't know. Let's say with another couple, you decide that you're going to get the same takeaway, or you're going to go to the same outlet, because there's amazing outlets at the minute, kind of doing some amazing food to take away. You know, people that wouldn't normally do takeaways, but they're now doing takeaways. Some beautiful food out there. So maybe plan with another couple, if you're a couple or another single, that you have the same takeaway, and then you can sit on Zoom and compare and have that conversation. You can still do that via Zoom, and it's still connection. And actually, it's still connection, but what's even more connective is that you're sharing the same experience. Yes, you're in different places. Absolutely, you're in different places, but you are definitely sharing the same experience via this. And if this is all we've got right now, then this has to be good enough. Okay, please share these feeds. If you think that I've said anything that you think will resonate with somebody else or help somebody else, then please share them. These little feeds that cost nothing or for you to do with what you please. You can throw them in the bin if you want. No, don't do that. But they are little pockets of love that you can just pass out to other people. Share it, because we all need these little bits of encouragement right now just to keep us going. Okay, so that's values. We're going to do more on values, a full hour on values, next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You can catch me 7 o'clock on Monday with Jeanette Manrara from Strictly Come Dancing. I'm going to appear on her Instagram live, so you can catch me there, talking all things positive psychology and personal development. And that's it. I'm going to go because I've got work to do, and I wish you love and peace, firstly. And secondly, please be really, really kind to yourself today and this weekend. Uber kind to yourself. Do whatever you have to do just to be kind to yourself. And of course, be kind to everybody around you. Okay? Love and peace. See you on Tuesday at 8:15 for another Lockdown Live. Take care. Bye.